Hey everyone, welcome to Second Sight Tarot. I am here to do the Thanksgiving reading. I thought it would be fun to look at things to be thankful for and to be grateful for, and I just figured it would be a fun short reading, not like my normal longer ones. So I've already laid out 4 cards. I'm going to keep it simple, but I don't know where I stole the questions off of them. I just shifted one question, but the rest are from someone else, and I'm sorry that I don't remember, but so the 4 categories or 4 positions are how we can give our energy and service, be a little bit more giving, what we should be grateful for, the best way to celebrate Thanksgiving, and the situations and actions to avoid. So for the first position of what we can give, we have the King of Swords. So, the king represents trust and fairness and, higher education, and can be a helper or an enemy depending on, circumstances and the cards laying around. But in this position, it's maybe asking yourself, what we can give at this time, because I know sometimes holidays can be a little tough with family, not necessarily my situation, but in general, I've heard, like it could be a little uncomfortable to be around that many family members at once. But so it's like what you can give at this time, and this doesn't have to be on Thanksgiving. It could be just around this time of things you can give. And it's just maybe if you have some kind of knowledge to share with people, somebody in need that needs information, or just being a helping hand. Maybe you just have a good way with words and how to work through situations, and somebody's struggling or having, has an issue. Maybe you can help that way, or just being the person who is neutral and fair in a conversation, or I don't know, for example, like you find $20 and the person in front of you just dropped it, and instead of taking it saying I found $20, you give it back. It's like, being trusting, being trustworthy, being fair. So that's kind of what this is asking you to to look at when you're talking about things that you can give. Could be energetic exchange, really being there for somebody spiritually, energetically, physically, emotionally. Being clear-headed in the conversation, that kind of stuff. Please clarify the King of Swords, please. What does that say? So the Fear card came up, which is interesting. And things we can give. Something's coming up for me. It's also a 2, and 2's all about, choices or duality, and or partnership, or choices that we have to make, finding balance in the situation. So maybe being the person who finds the balance, the person that kind of stands in their fear to overcome something that they've been afraid of, whether it's saying the truth to somebody or standing up to somebody, but in a loving way, really putting your fears aside, and or even acknowledging somebody's fears and playing a fair game with that when you're talking to somebody or giving somebody something, or just like listening to somebody, maybe appreciating and honoring where they're at in their fears and not judging them so much, or helping them through their fears instead of like, the opposite of that. That's really nice, actually. I like that. It's kind of what I'm saying in this, but it's also overcoming your fear to put yourself out there energetically, spiritually, emotionally, on stage, being exposed, for the benefit of somebody else. One more piece of the King of Swords out here. The stars. Or it's the star card. There's no number here. The star is all about healing. I think this would really be healing for you and someone else. Sorry, I have like a tickle. It's been a thing. I think it would really be healing for you and give somebody hope to be able to support somebody like this and give somebody an opportunity to feel nurtured and cared for and loved and heard. So I think this is really nice. Yeah, I just think that it would just giving somebody hope again, that in humanity too. And maybe not adding to the, or some, maybe even for some situation, not adding to the fear and really stepping it up and showing what the king's energy is about, like, you know, fairness and trust and loyalty and love and that kind of stuff. Self-confidence, that kind of stuff. Maybe sharing that kind of thing to someone could be really hopeful for them. So we're moving on to, what is this? What you should be grateful for. Other than that, it's interesting, the 10 of Wands. You know, this shows like being grateful for all of the hard work, the hardship, the burdens that you carry energetically. You know, because those are life lessons, and I think that to be grateful for all of your struggles, even though they might seem so hard and endless, but just to be grateful for those experiences, and to retreat back on these things and really look at as life lessons instead of burdens, instead of like struggle, you know, what this card means, and realizing that you're resilient and super strong to even carry all of these life lessons and still keep going. So showing gratitude to yourself and to others around you who have supported you through this, but also like being grateful for yourself that you are resilient and strong. And when I pulled these cards while I was shuffling, the Strength card came out first, and that's what I'm thinking about here. It's basically the same thing, you know, to me when I'm talking about this. It's like, you are strong, you do have the inner strength, and you should be grateful for it. You should appreciate how hard you've worked and how much you've gone through, and still like, you know, holding on and moving forward and all of those things, you know. And yeah, I this could be energetic burdens too, like all of people's problems that you're taking on, like all that kind of stuff. It's overwhelming to the body, no matter if it's physical or spiritual or emotional, or if it, you know, in the mind. So pull a card for that. See what that goes. If it goes any deeper, specific. The void. This is being in it and sitting with this energy and being okay there, knowing it, learning it, understanding it, sitting in this quiet space to get all of the essence of this energy that you've been holding all this time, really appreciating it. It's also a 1, you know, and 1 is usually really connecting with your intuition and your ambition, you know, and your resilience. So this is really cool. I'll pull another one of these. Might as well keep a nice flow with these. Blossom. Yeah, I really like, to me this is appreciating and honoring all of this blossoming and all of this development that you have created, and still finding beauty in all things with all this hardship, you know. Really embodying this energy and sitting with it and appreciating and being grateful for the ground you walk on. So I love this. Okay, next thing we have is the best way to celebrate Thanksgiving. We have the World. I just love that. So, you know, this is about, completion, you know, coming full circle, all of the stuff that the World shows here. But it's also about fulfillment and having opportunities and feeling secure and stable within all of these. But when it comes to this position and this, like how we can celebrate it, is I feel like feeling like we're connected all together and being appreciative of the human race and the planet. I just did the full moon reading as well, and the world came out 2 or 3 times throughout it, meaning like we need to connecting, physically, like the world, what it represents, not the meaning of the card, but just like the world in general, really celebrating, being thankful, not so much what the meaning of like why we celebrate Thanksgiving, because there's like no comment, but giving thanks, like I just use this opportunity this day to give thanks to what I have and the people I have in my life and what I'm grateful for. That's what I use Thanksgiving for, not for the traditional meaning of it, because I don't necessarily connect with that. But so that's why I'm looking at this more of like a world connection, a human connection of loving thy neighbor and really connecting internally with the earth and what it has to bring us and what it has to offer us, and really celebrating life, celebrating what we have, celebrating our breath, celebrating the planet, and celebrating each other, and really being appreciative and thankful for the people that we have around us and what they've done for us. So I'm going to do the world, please. Nourishment. Oh, this is so good. If you're just looking at these two, it's like, how we can celebrate this is by giving the planet some nourishment, giving ourselves some nourishment, giving our fellow man some nourishment, maybe feeding the hungry, or like going to a soup, like doing something where it's like a volunteer thing, but also picking up trash off the ground, and maybe like, loving on your plants and really appreciating nature and all of the creatures that are in it, and really honoring and respecting the planet and the world around you. And I'm not just saying this for a day, but in general, like maybe just giving thanks and celebrating the meaning of Thanksgiving as being grateful and thankful for all you have. So really nourishing everything you have and being appreciative of that. Fire. Pull one more. The moon. I always like to read this with something else. But I think this could be just the fire card of maybe like doing a fire ritual of some sort, something that you're grateful for, like, burning something in the fire and doing like some kind of ceremonial thing. This is also just connecting with the earth itself and really honoring all of the elements. But you also have the moon, and this is really celebrating all parts, the illusion, acknowledging that there's an illusion. Things are not what they seem all the time. And being okay with the unknown, just taking all of that the moon encompasses, like the unseen things, the secrets, but it also illuminates things. And I know that's sun, but it's the reflection of that. It reflects back to us our deepest parts of ourselves and how things are actually seen from outside of ourselves. So, and that could be in with smoke too. Like, I'm not looking so much at the fire, but the actual smoke coming in from that, and meaning like I always see things in smoke. So maybe the unveiling of the illusions and these unseen things and what is being reflected back to us, maybe doing something with fire can help us kind of connect that way. But that's maybe how we can celebrate gratitude and giving thanks, is by honoring, the full moon it's the energy's still going to be there, but it's going to be, a couple days past. It's on the 19th, but I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting from that. Maybe it resonates, maybe it doesn't. And we have the Fool for situations and actions to avoid. Yes, please. 100% for me. So, what to avoid and what situations and actions to avoid? Foolish behavior. I don't know. I think this is pretty funny because usually holidays create that. Recklessness, thoughtlessness, thoughtless behaviors. And don't get me wrong, sometimes this is innocent energy, happening here, young energy, but for the most part, maybe being on our best behavior, of like the way things to avoid, like arguments and things that are not so nice to doing to other people. Just reckless behavior and arguments and thoughts and saying things that are not nice, and just kind of being on your best behavior here. That's to avoid it. What to avoid is negative talk, negative behavior, just kind of being respectful and appreciate what you have and not being so negative. Appreciate the blessings in that situation, knowing that some other people might not have that situation, to make the best out of it. One more. The Fool, please. Fruition. This is a 9. Oh wait, no, it's a 10. So 10s are all about a renewal time, a sense of renewal, or a sense of things coming to an end or circling through, full circle. I think this is kind of putting your best hat on, your best face on, your best mask on, and just kind of sitting with your intelligence and sitting with your abundance of all of the things that all of the fruitfulness and all of the good that you have, wear this on this day. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. It's like, put your best hat on, put your best face on, and just appreciate all of the abundance that you have, Avoid dimming down your light is what I see here. I see the moon shining onto her hat, full of fruit and stuff. And that's what causes this fruition, things are growing and moving. And it's just, what to avoid is avoiding things that dim your light on this day. Being on your best behavior, not being foolish, not being disrespectful, really standing in your power, and you're using this illumination of this holiday, of this time, to really honor yourself and the people around you. That's kind of what I see on that. Sometimes it just takes me a minute. And sorry about the dog. She's always barking when I'm doing videos. I can't stop her because she's on the first floor. So she's just chatting. Okay. A fool, please, inspiration. What to avoid. Inspiration. Let's see. The journey. The journey is about appreciating the actual journey and not just the destination. So I guess what to avoid here is just showing up, doing the event, and then going home just because you have to do it. You just want it to be done. You're looking at the end result, and maybe try to take some of the treasures from these experiences just to appreciate them a little bit more. And just keep gratitude in the forefront of why you have this experience, why you're having this experience. And as far as inspiration, I feel like it's very contagious. And, when we do this foolish energy and we act not in our highest vibration, I think there are new pathways. And so what I'm saying here is when you're inspired, this trickles out like arteries and veins. And when you're not acting in your highest good or your highest vibration, these pathways can be rewired, just like the brain, when we have addictions and we have different ways, we're let's say we're depressed all the time or saying negative chatter all the time, your brain rewires itself to function that way. And so I feel that's what I'm thinking here. It's don't allow yourself to get to a place where you will regret something, or it just dampens your spirit or dampens your vibration. Try to stay in your highest good, in your higher vibration, and appreciate the journey, not just the destination of this event. And just appreciate what you have, be grateful for it, and honor yourself and the people around you. And just be thankful, if nothing else. So I'll pull one self-help or self-care card and send you on your way. And I hope you have a really lovely Thanksgiving. Even if you don't celebrate it, just do something nourishing and something for yourself. Or giving, something to somebody else. Do one more. As it flies. Massage. Maybe give your partner a massage. But this is also just a nurturing energy, like loving and caring energy. Touch, giving people hugs, making people feel loved and supported, and connect with your womb. For some of you, this is also root chakra, so survival, For those of you who don't know, you can look up root chakra and see what that entails and see if something resonates with you, on maybe something to shift within that. Or just connecting with your body. This is just like bodily connection of like loving yourself and nurturing yourself that way. Anyway, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for listening. If you liked and subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it. And let me know what you think about these little things. I'm going to be shortening my videos so they're not so obnoxiously long. So let me know if that resonates with you, and take care of yourself, stay healthy, and have gratitude. Bye.